If you're a high achieving man in your 30s or 40s, a busy professional, a business owner, even just a guy in general that just knows what it's like to put in consistent effort, you're a hard worker, then this video is for you. You know what it takes every single day to put in consistent effort and show up when pressure is there. But for some reason, when it comes to your body, your health, your physique, you don't know what's going on. And quite literally, you feel stuck. You train, you try to eat better, and you even tell yourself you'll dial things in next week. Yet somehow the muscle still never shows up. You look in the mirror, you step on the scale, and you're not seeing the progress you want. The body fat never really disappears. You're not seeing the scale move. Listen, you handle pressure every single day, but when it comes to your physique, that is where things are slipping. You train, you eat better, you even tell yourself next week you're going to dial back in. But for some reason, the muscle growth does not happen. The fat does not come off, and you're not content with the results that you've been seeing. Now, I know what you're probably thinking because I felt this way myself so many times, and so many of the guys I've worked with have felt the exact same way. You know, deep down, you're probably thinking something along the lines of, why is it that I can handle my finances, I can manage my business, and manage my day-to-day responsibilities of my job or my career or my business, whatever, but I still can't seem to dial in my physique? And you sit with that over and over and over, and you question and wonder why. Well, if that thought has ever crossed your mind before, then this is the video for you. Okay, so I have a few points I want to touch on in this video. First point is point number 1. It's crucial. Point number 1 is the brutal truth that high-achieving men in their 30s and 40s need to hear that they're not hearing already. So let me say something that most online coaches, most fitness gurus will not tell you. Your problem is not discipline. Think about it. High achieving men like yourself are some of the most highly disciplined men on this planet. I mean, you wake up early, you solve problems literally all day, and you're making constant decisions. Discipline isn't your issue. Your issue is misdirected aim or misdirected effort. You're putting effort and aim in, but on the wrong things. You're majoring in the minors. So what does that even mean? Well, you're working hard, but you're working hard on the wrong things. And when you apply the wrong strategy long enough, that is when real frustration starts to kick in, if you haven't felt it by now. What happens next is unfortunate, but you end up spinning your wheels for years, likely how you have up until the point of you coming across this video. Point number 2 that I want to make is the one gym mistake that's costing you so much progress. Like, dude, so much progress is being left on the table because you're not aware of this one concept. So let's break it down. So the first thing to understand is most high achieving men like yourself, they attack the gym the exact same way that they attack other problems with their career, with their business, with their family, relationships, whatever. They solve the problem, right? They put in more effort, they try more things, they figure out a way to get it done. And that shows that you are disciplined, you are hardworking, and you're resourceful and looking for ways to solve the problem that you are running into. But the problem is when you go into the gym and use this approach with your training, it doesn't help because this process has most guys like yourself rushing in the gym, rushing through the training sessions, mindlessly doing your workouts, and not doing the things you need to be doing to actually progress. So you're almost better off not even going to the gym at that point. If you're still watching this video, you probably don't want to do that. You probably want to see results and be able to have a sick physique naturally where you're lean, you're muscular, you're healthy, you're happy. Your wife is complimenting you. People are noticing that you have more energy, more conviction when you speak, and you just feel like a different person. And you even notice you have a different aura on yourself or a different vibe to you, if you will. But that's the problem is most high achieving men like yourself, they kind of walk into the gym with this mentality. Maybe you hit a few sets of bench press, you run through a few quick machines, and you get your reps, your sets, all your exercises done, and kind of shimmy out of the gym. Sound about right? And maybe you even do a quick couple drop sets or super sets or burnout sets at the end to make it seem like you actually did more work and you leave the gym with a pump, right? Yeah, I know you can relate to that. That's why I'm saying it, because I've been there. I've been doing these exact things and they didn't work for years. So did my clients. And when I started seeing results, that's exactly what I taught my clients. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this video, so just keep watching. So after going through all that, after that hard workout, which maybe wasn't the most effective, but you feel like you did a lot, you think to yourself, I worked hard. I'm going to go enjoy myself, maybe go for a cheat meal. And you get into this rationale of you're doing the right things. So because you're doing the right things, you can kind of take your foot up off the gas, or you can just keep doing the same thing and get the same results. But it doesn't work that way. So most guys that are watching this video, yourself included, probably feel that way. You're walking out of the gym feeling like you did push yourself hard, but you're not seeing results every day, every week, every month. When you look at the scale, you look in the mirror, you notice you don't look much different. And it's probably frustrating. You leave the gym, you don't have that good of a pump. You're not really dialed in with your nutrition in terms of knowing how much and when you should be eating what. Now, this just leads to a complete avalanche of frustration. And I don't blame you. Like I said, I've been there countless times myself. This is exactly what this video is here to do for you, is to help you solve these problems. So as you keep watching through this video, things are going to start to unlock. So I want you to pay attention, especially to these next few minutes. So the next thing that you need to factor in is muscle does not grow unless there's stimulus that causes an adaptation for that muscle to grow. So if you're going to the gym, it doesn't matter how long you were in there. If you don't signal the stimulus and enough of it, you're not going to gain muscle. And as a matter of fact, because you just went into that training session, your body needs to pull from amino acids as you're weight training. So if you didn't hit your protein target and you didn't really train efficiently, you're not only not making more progress, you're probably losing muscle from that workout. So we want to fix all that. Because the more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn at rest every single day, the leaner you will be on average, the easier it is going to be to get away with junk food. These are things I tell my clients all the time. Now, this is where things get fun. This is going to be the sauce. So start taking out a pen, a paper, write some notes down. These 3 things are going to help you unlock so much, I promise you. I work with a lot of high-achieving men, and the 3 biggest things I see from all these guys before starting working with me, and the guys that I've just had conversations with that are doing these things that are not working, the 3 most common struggles are the following. Number 1 is time under tension. You've probably heard that term. Maybe years ago you heard it thrown around, but you never quite knew how you could apply it to your physique and your training. Let's break it down. Poor time under tension, which is probably something you're falling into if you're having these sorts of problems. You're rushing your reps. You're not controlling the lengthened or the shortened position, and you're kind of just going through the motions. Momentum is doing a lot of the work for you, so you're taking a lot of tension away from the target muscle, therefore giving it less and less stimulus to actually adapt and grow. And the key here is muscle growth happens when the tension is long enough and hard enough, pause, for that signal to cause that adaptation. And so if you're not training with the right or enough stimulus, not enough time under tension, too forced reps, using too much momentum, you're not going to be getting results from your training. So what can you do to start seeing better results? Well, quality repetitions, controlled time under tension, slow eccentrics, and actually feeling your muscle contract. That is one of the most important factors in terms of, do you actually feel like you're getting from this exercise what you're supposed to be getting? And if so, do we feel this muscle contracting, at least to some degree? Now, most guys skip that entirely and they lack this sense of awareness, which holds them back so much with seeing progress with your physique. Now, the second problem a lot of guys make is their training intensity is not anywhere near where it should be to actually get them to have a sick, natural physique and get jacked and lean. Now, let's think about it. You're training hard, right? Or you think you're training hard at least. But you're stopping your sets 3 to 4 reps short of true muscular failure, which is where muscle adaptation occurs. Now, your body does not adapt unless it has a reason to. I know I've said this a couple of times, but I just want to hammer home, you need a signal to cause new adaptation. Now, high-achieving men in their 30s and 40s tend to fall into one of 2 categories. Now, the first guy, he's under-eating, coffee for breakfast. Maybe he grabs a quick lunch if he has time between meetings. And then the evening comes. He eats a huge dinner because he's starving. His blood sugar levels have crashed. He's extremely hungry and he has cravings through the roof. And then the meal comes around and he has a relatively healthy meal, but he thinks that he's going to lose weight. Meanwhile, he could still be in a calorie surplus and he's not hitting his numbers to actually pack on lean muscle. He's not getting enough protein, his calories are too high, and he's eating the wrong foods. Meanwhile, if he was eating more foods, he would likely be accelerating fat loss and packing on lean muscle, just like the clients inside the AYP community and myself do every single week. So that first guy, he barely has enough calories to maintain his current weight, let alone build new muscle. So what happens as a byproduct of that is the consequence his body starts to waste away muscle that he currently has. And he looks more skinny fat, more bloated, more sluggish, less energy. And that's what we don't want. Now, here's the second guy. He eats whatever and whenever fits into his schedule. Business lunches, late night dinners, convenient foods. Protein intake is all scattered. Carbohydrates are all over the place. And calories wildly fluctuate every single day. And then he wonders why his body composition is not changing or allowing him to see any noticeable progress. Well, here's the reality for both of these guys, and probably you watching as well. Muscle growth is a biological process. Your body needs adequate protein, strategic carbohydrates, and enough calories to actually support muscle growth. And without those three things, you're basically asking your body to pull muscle out of thin air, which we all know is not possible. Biology just simply doesn't work that way. Now, I want to talk before we wrap up this video about the identity problem that most of these high-performing men have in common and how they can break free. This right here is the deeper issue. And it's the one that most people never want to talk about, but I'm going to do it because I'm here putting this message across for you because it's going to help serve you and be in best interest for you because it's going to help you actually see results. And we all know you want to lose body fat. That's why you're watching this video. You want to pack on more muscle. You would not be watching this video if you were 1000% content with your physique for a fact. Now, let's be real. High achieving men, especially as they enter their 30s and 40s, they're extremely competent. And you are the exact same way. You watching this video right here, right now. Because most people don't take time out of their day to watch a YouTube video unless they're willing to actually learn something, drop their ego, and be willing to make a change so they can have the life they want. Most guys think they have it all figured out, but you right here, right now are watching this video because you know that enough is enough. It's finally been the time that you haven't felt content with where you're at and you're ready to make a change and you want to solve these problems. So I just want to say I appreciate you still watching this video. Most people click off. You're still here with us, so congratulations. Now, high achieving men are extremely competent. You're sharp, you're on point, and you're extremely great at what you do. You're probably respected in your field, and you have the authority there. You have the conviction in your voice when it comes to you solving problems, and people rely on you. So when you step into the gym and you're not seeing results, it messes with your identity. And you probably start to think, I should be able to figure this all out by myself. I should have been able to figure it out by now. What's going on? Instead of asking for guidance, you just keep trying to throw things at the wall. You're trying random things, hoping that one of them eventually works. So to wrap up this point, just understand muscle growth demands progression within the gym. More weight, more repetitions, quality tension. Check those 3 boxes and you're probably good. But without it, and your physique will stay stagnant. And eventually you will start to see regressed progress, which is what we do not want. Now, if you watched this entire video in full and you thought to yourself, that's me. I'm struggling with these problems and I'm ready to solve this problem for once and for all. Let's make a change. Let's stop making excuses. Let's stop blaming and externalizing our current situation, our limitations, but let's actually just do whatever it takes, necessary, required to achieve the physique that we're after and ultimately the life that we're after. If that's you, you resonated, you're like, hey, I want to transform my freaking life, my physique, my health, my energy, to be able to make more money at work, scale my business, lead more people, and ultimately have that pie of health, wealth, and happiness that we're all looking for, then I want you to go to my Instagram at JStroudFit. It's the exact same username as here on my YouTube. Go there and message me the word YouTube, just to make it simple. Let me know that you came from this video by sending me that word, and I will send you a free training breaking down how my process works. After I send that to you in the DMs, watch it. If you feel like it's a good fit, we can jump on a quick call, see if I can help you, and if we're a perfect fit to work together. Now, for those of you guys that are new to my channel, I'm extremely selective on the guys I let inside the Achieve Your Ideal Physique community because not everybody is the best fit, transparently. And I want to make sure that guys inside the community are going to have the best support, not people that are lazy, not people that are broke, not people that make excuses, people that don't take action. If you're somebody that checks any of those boxes, you probably wouldn't have watched this video, but if for some reason you're still here, you're probably not a good fit. But if you're somebody that's ready to take action, you're a hard worker, you're motivated, you're excited to actually make change and see the true potential of what's possible when you lock in, then go to my Instagram at JStroudFit right now. Do not hesitate. I'm extremely selective on who I let in. I only have a few spots each month. Message me the word YouTube if you are serious, and I'll see if we're a perfect fit. And then we can jump on an onboarding/enrollment call. I'm not chasing clients down. If you want to transform your physique, I'm the guy. If you don't, then no worries. But I'm not chasing people down, so reach out to me, send me that message at YouTube if you're serious. If you're not, like, no worries. Again, not everybody is a perfect fit. I have plenty of free trainings on my YouTube here. Go to my playlists section on my YouTube homepage, and there's going to be a free course there that is specifically for my one-on-one clients. But I made some of the training modules public for you guys to watch, just so that the audience, or I should say my audience, can kind of get a better glimpse of my coaching style. This is just a small glimpse of the entire full course that goes into the coaching program, the one-on-one help, accountability, etc. So yeah, just message me YouTube. Another way you can fast track if you want to see like real results is just click the link below. You can book in a coaching call with me right away. I can see if I can help you. And worst case, you walk away with a ton of free value and we go from there. Again, if you're not a good fit, you shouldn't have made it this far through the video. Hopefully my pixel conditioning is on point, because normally speaking, people that follow this channel, they're busy guys that are successful and want to get really ripped really fast. So if that's for whatever reason not you, like, again, no worries. Just check out the free trainings on my page. Check out some of my pinned posts, some of my YouTube videos. Those are going to break down my process and also just the methodology that goes into getting jacked, starting a business, the mindset it takes to succeed, being a Christian, being an entrepreneur, facing adversity, overcoming obstacles and challenges, and helping my clients make amazing results and showing their social proof. Like, that's what my channel is all about. So you're going to find tons of value even if we don't ever work together. So I just want you to know that. Again, click the link below in the description, or just message me on Instagram, which will also be linked below. And my username will be there. It's JStratFit. I don't know how to set that up just yet. I'm a little anti-tech. But no, in all seriousness, just message me or click the link. And if not, no worries. I'll see you in the next video.